there is a returning cliche that we're getting time and time again, or a trope, however you want to call it, which is that we're getting revisionist elements to canon and lore. Males are being dumbed down, females are being put on a pedestal, and what we previously knew about previous characters being the best, because they're men, now they are not. And it's one of those things that it happens and it's not surprising anymore, obviously. There's no outrage here. I'm not crying, I'm not whinging. It's more just like, of course this was going to happen. Because of course it is. It happens to everything. Everything now gets this. And it's a shame. Just because it's very, very boring. And it's homogenous throughout every single industry. Every single industry is doing this. And it's boring because of the homogeneity between it all. So the latest character to be dumbed down for literally the female alternative is Adam Warlock. Now, this character is set to be sort of revealed to us in an adaptation, or an adapted version of anyway, in the upcoming Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. However, Marvel, in their infinite wisdom of selling epically good comics at the moment, and their sales really show very strong performance, it's all very clearly sarcasm, have decided to retcon Adam Warlock and give us Eve Warlock. Now, I will say, on face value, I actually quite like the Adam and Eve Warlock element. I think that's quite fun, but you're not doing anything interesting with it. So let's take a look at this, ladies and gents. Again, this is one in a long list of boring sameness that we get. So Marvel Comics, to seemingly change Adam Warlock's origin and introduce Eve Warlock, who is stronger, faster, and smarter. Cool. I guess. For reasons? Why? Well, we know the reasons why. So, Marvel Comics announced that they will seemingly change Adam Warlock's origin in an upcoming solo series titled Warlock Rebirth. So for those who are unfamiliar with Adam Warlock's origin, the character was first introduced in Fantastic Four, number 66. In that appearance, it's revealed he is the creation of a group of human scientists operating out of a place called the Citadel of Science. This group's aim was to create a new race or breed of living beings that they could control in order to conquer mankind. Their initial results were a success with the creation of him, who would later be known as Adam Warlock. However, the scientists failed to implement their control mechanisms and contain the sheer power invested in Adam Warlock. Pretty dumb move, but never mind. So Warlock obviously revolts against his creators after knowing about their evil intentions, and he then harnesses enough energy to leave the planet, leave the planet Earth, and by doing so he destroys the Citadel of Science and the scientists that built it. So, cool. Epic. Now, after leaving Earth, Adam Warlock would eventually get caught in the Watcher's space trap and return to the cocoon which gave him life. The Watcher would return him to Earth, where he would face off against Thor in Thor. Upon awakening on Earth, Warlock encounters Thor, Sif, Balder, and he notes that he is lonely and wishes to find a mate, and chooses Sif. A battle breaks out when Warlock sends both Thor and Balder flying, while declaring, "Sif must be mine. There are none who oppose me." So just sort of showing his origin, right? This stuff's important, by the way. This is his origin. Then Warlock would drift through space, count the High Evolutionary. This is just the backstory. Kind of no need to sort of go too far into this now. However, in a blog post providing details about the new series, Marvel noted that the series from Ron Mars and Ron Lim will reveal a never-before-seen chapter of Adam Warlock's fascinating origin. Okay, it better be good. This never-before-seen chapter will introduce a character named Eve Warlock, who is described as Someone stronger, faster, and smarter than Adam himself. And there we go. Boring. Oh, it's a never before seen chapter of an overplayed trope that we've all seen time and time again. Bet you can't wait for that. Again, ladies and gents, on face value, introducing a new chapter to someone's origin, I'm very much game for it. You could do something so interesting with this, but all you've gone and done, Marvel, is give us something which we keep seeing repetitively throughout every single form of media. There's nothing different here at all. Nothing different, nothing new, it's all the same. We've seen this before. Literally nothing is different here at all. So on top of being superior to Adam Warlock in what appears to be every way, she will also strip Adam of all of his power, starting with a soul gem, because of course she will. So interestingly, this isn't the first time Marvel Comics has done something like this. Again, everyone does this. So the Incredible Hulk Annual number 6, it is revealed that Warlock didn't actually kill the scientists, rather they were banished to another dimension, survived and continued their mission by creating a new being. The scientists recruit Doctor Strange for their project to perform a neurological procedure that will bring this new being under their control, unlike their failed attempt with Adam Warlock. The procedure proceeds as Morlock and his fellow scientists wanted a new cocoon that gives birth to a being called Paragon. So after an epic battle with Doctor Strange and the Hulk, who was on the hunt for Doctor Strange, Paragon reveals he had previously learned about Warlock and knew of the scientist's evil intentions. Fuck, it's so boring. He found a way to subvert their control mechanisms and transform into an energy being. He then proceeds to destroy the base, known as the Beehive, before retreating back to his cocoon. So basically, doing exactly the same as what Adam Warlock did. So original. The cocoon would eventually be discovered in New York City and dragged out of the water. Upon being dragged out of the water, an energy being burst forth and proceeds to locate the Thing and Alicia Masters. Upon locating the duo, who are enjoying some adult beverages by candlelight, the being reveals itself to be her. No issue with that at all. It's fine. Her then explains that she realised that her purpose is to mate with Adam Warlock in order to create the perfect race. Her also explains the reason for transforming her physical appearance. To that end, I have altered my form to be his physical counterpart. That makes sense, in fairness. Her would eventually travel with Moondragon, Alicia Masters and Ben Grimm to counter Earth, where she discovers the grave of Adam Warlock. Using her abilities, she's able to resurrect Warlock's physical form, but fails to have returned his soul to his body. So just an empty vessel. So, you know, again, this stuff has kind of happened before, right? But this... so, we don't know if her would actually just be Eve Warlock, or if Eve Warlock is a completely new character, right? We don't know that. But given the current trend, I would assume that this is not her at all, in fact. And this is just an adjustment to lore for nonsense sake, to be fair. You know, and again, like I say, on face value, there's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with changing someone's origin ever so slightly. I mean, you're not changing the origin, you're just going, here's an added element you never knew. It's just additional stuff, right? And I don't mind that 9 times out of 10. But do something interesting with it. Don't give us the same tired trope we see in every single media now. It's boring. It's the same crap we keep seeing time and time again. There's nothing new. So there you have it. I just thought you'd find this interesting to some degree. It just goes to show the creative bankruptcy of Marvel Comics and Marvel, cinematic universe as well. Because they're doing this there. Ant-Man and the Wasp will just pass the mantle on to his daughter. It's just the same crap time and time again. So it is creative bankruptcy. It's boring. And that's the most offensive thing you can be in entertainment, is boring. Because you fail to anger, you fail to please. It's just apathy. Boring. But drop your thoughts down below. Love to hear them. Subscribe to the second channel, Mistakes Reviews Live Archives. Love to hear. I'd love to have you over there. And please do become a member or a patron. Links to all of that are in the description box. Take care.